Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Corey with Corey Thornton Productions, and right now I got Mr. Michael Jones live on the show,
Hello,
and he's
everyone.
going to tell you what he does for a living and what steps he took to get to where he is today. Again, Michael, thanks for being on the show.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I appreciate you.
Definitely.
Because you came a long ways. Where you came from? Tell them where you flew in from.
I flew all the way down here from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas,
Yeah.
Nevada, in the house.
Yeah. I'm actually born and raised here in Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater, Florida.
Yeah, and I'm out in Las Vegas now, performing at the Wynn Las Vegas Casino and the show called Awakening.
Awakening.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the Awakening.
Awakening, it's a new spectacle that has the language of the show is through dance, but it has illusions. There's a huge story. There's lead characters, and we go on this adventure to pretty much restore the world to balance. And I play one of the lead roles and performers. As his name is Boo. It's a character that I play. We perform 10 shows a week.
Wow, 10 shows
Tuesday
a week.
through Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday. We
Yeah.
got to get there so we can go check you out.
Yeah, 7 p.m., 9:30
Wow.
as well. And right now, it's the number one show in the world.
Number one show in the world.
You won't be able to see the show anywhere else. It's the most spectacular thing you've ever witnessed for what the capabilities of what we have with technology.
Right.
And from the performers, the company went all over the world to find the best performers they could.
Wow.
To put into the show. And there's 60 of us, and along with the crew as well, over 60, probably closer to over 100 that really worked on it. And
That is big.
we're working with the best of the best to bring.
And he's telling the truth,
that's
y'all,
the
because
best.
I was looking with my wife. We was looking online at the show, and it's just amazing how they put everything all together. It was like the director that, in the show.
The director of the show is Baz Halpin.
Okay.
And he's also one of our executive producers, along with Bernie Human and Michael Curry.
Okay.
And Bernie Human and Michael Curry, they're both from the entertainment world, along with Baz, but they all have a different walk of life, I would say, that bring them together. So I think that's one of the beautiful things about this show is that it will bring in so many different people from so many different walks of life.
That's awesome.
Together. Michael Curry, he's known for his master puppetry and prop work.
Wow.
on things like This Is It from Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He's worked with on the Olympics a plethora of times.
Okay.
He's done TED Talks for his work with props and things. And in our show, he is a genius.
Wow.
Like, I never knew I could work with someone that would be touching. He's a legend. He's the originating designer for the Lion King.
The Lion King?
For all of their costuming, their props, like all their character props, and those bringing those to life. That was his responsibility and his creation.
Wow.
So for our show, he brought his ingenuity to every single part of it, like as being one of the executive producers, along with Bernie Human, who is just. He's a legend in our industry in Las Vegas. Bernie Human is Muhammad Ali's manager.
Muhammad Ali's manager.
Yeah, and at one point, Muhammad Ali was the most famous person in the world.
Yes.
And when you're the most famous person in boxing, your manager is also there.
Yeah.
So Bernie Human is one of the most famous people from that realm in that world, and he's also an executive producer. And he's probably the most inspiring person I've ever met in my life.
Wow.
I never met someone that can just talk to you and make you want to get up and do something.
That's awesome.
Like he'll say things like, this is just straight out of his book. He say, "I'm so cold, I make medicine sick."
Oh,
now
man,
that don't sound like Muhammad Ali. He was with that man every day.
Wow. That's awesome.
And then Baz Halpin is the number one producer, creator. Him and his company called Silent House.
Okay.
Silent House is a production company, and they work with the biggest music stars in the world and bringing their productions to life.
Wow.
So when you think Bruno Mars, when you think Pink, on her big tours, that's Baz Halpin.
Wow.
And he chose me.
That's awesome.
Handpicked me to be in this role when I auditioned for it. And it was a great opportunity for me, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it, first of all. And it's a big challenge in learning so much. Our stage is a 360-degree rotating, all-glass, state-of-the-art stage.
Okay.
That it's another role in our show. Like, it's a machine that has the most technologically advanced equipment, a part of it, in the entire world. There's no stage like it that does what it can perform. And so the worlds that we can take the audience to is just incredible. And on top of that, they have some of the best people that work in sound. And we have binaural speakers for our show. So our show, like, the sound is 360. It's all around you. It's it's not coming at you.
Yeah, I understand that 360.
Yeah, this immersive experience that you get, and we're in the Round, which is the name of our theater at the Wynn, Las Vegas, and this theater is a 360-degree around, and our show, you never see it anywhere else in the world. It has the most incredible illusions, like illusions that can only be done, they normally are only done in a normal, proscenium type theater. But being our theater being in 360 degrees, that means you have the audience sitting on that side of you, your back. You have audience on your back, and you have audience in front of you all the time.
Wow.
So, to pull off, how do you pull off an illusion when someone can see the back? That's how
really good at what they do. So.
That's how incredible our team of people that are working on the show.
Wow.
And our illusions are just as incredible as any other part, as any performer as well on the show. Like, I don't want to tell you too much about what happens in the show.
We want to go see it.
Because I don't want to ruin it for you. But that show, even as a performer, when I sit out and I get a chance to watch it, it's brought me to tears.
Wow.
Completely surprised me at how invested you can get. And I'm in the show, and I'm watching like, wow. It's so incredible. So I hope that you guys can come out and see us sometime.
When we come to see, I want to look you up, because you need to show us around.
Yeah, show you around too.
Because I like to go places where people at.
Yeah,
and
show you around.
We'll definitely do. I ain't never been to Vegas, so I'm trying to get there. When I go, we're gonna make sure we go see your show.
Yeah.
So you were blessed to be put in that position, and it's awesome. You stayed on the right path, kept working hard. What high school you went to?
I went to Dunedin High School.
You went to Dunedin High School? So you right here from Pinellas County. Now you doing it big. See?
727.
There you go. If you stay on the right path, surround yourself around good people, and you have that dream and that drive and motivation, and you don't give up. And a lot of things I be telling everybody: learn your craft, learn your art and craft here, and take it to other places all over. Because I'm seeing a lot of people from this area are very talented, and as soon as they leave and start exploring their talents in different areas, they start to take off. And you're one of the main examples of what I've been telling everybody about.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I did. I started performing since I was a kid somehow.
Wow.
And my story is not like everyone else's, for sure. And but performing was something that was just on the side. It was never something that I put all of my attention on. I don't want to say heart, because my heart was in it.
Yeah.
But my attention was on a bunch of things. I was very active. I didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay out of all the trouble I could, because where I come from, little kids, people like me.
Yeah.
Trouble's right around the corner, right on the corner, on the doorstep sometimes, and so I grew up without a normal childhood, and getting into programs after school. I never had any free time. I was, but I grew up, I didn't play sports for the team that much, because I was too busy in educational programs outside of school.
Okay.
So I was a part of a program called the African American Leadership Council.
Okay.
Or Youth Leadership Council.
Okay.
And I was in Clearwater, and I would do that outside of school, and it was at a community center. But it allowed people in Clearwater, especially black kids, to go to a community center to do their homework.
Right.
So from that place, doing your homework. Homework turned into, they got video games there. It's turned into a center. You go outside, play basketball, they got snacks. So you end up spending all your time there. But, they got computer classes.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm building computers. And I was in the 8th grade. Wow. And I was learning how to build computers. I was started to learn programming. IC3 computer certification, C+ certification if I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, that program, and they also taught me a lot about African history as well. It was very much a program that they were giving, those adults that were part of it were also giving back to the community. Mr. Bilal, Mr. PA, maybe Mr. Joe, I don't know, Joe Marshall. I don't know if you ever heard of that name before, from Clearwater. He's another man that was part of it. There's a lot of women that are part of that program as well. It was a program in Clearwater that if you wanted to stay out of school, stay out of trouble. This was a way to do it instead of just playing. All the kids that just play football, when it's ain't football season, they got nothing to do. You know, I was busy all school year.
That's awesome.
And then they also had a summer program.
Okay.
And the summer program was a 6-week program where you get paid.
I did that too when I was
I earned $200 a week.
Wow.
My first job.
Every 2 workforce weeks. Or something like that.
For you, workforce. Nice. Yeah, and this is something
like that.
My first job, I was 12 years old.
Wow. You started early.
Yeah, but it was only in a 6-week program. They taught me that program was a community outreach program. So I had to volunteer, and they also had like a career building thing. So they built this sub-program called the Youth Leadership Council, and they made kids in charge of the program. So they had its own executive board full of kids, and I was on the executive board. After I got in the program for a year, in the summer I had to do job interviews for those positions. And so I was very early in my childhood, I was put in a position where I was responsible for things on a child level, because it's just something someone made up, but I had to be in charge of it. I was creative productions, their creative executive department first. That was my first role, and then the next year I was the president of the Youth Leadership Council. Okay. And I had to interview for a job. Like, this was a job. Dress up, have a resume. 11, 12, 13 years old. But on top of that, so I did that. That was my main focus. And that kept me out of school. I mean, out of trouble a lot. And I would just go to school, work hard in school every day, and then I would go after school, and I was always in this program. So that allotted a lot of different other opportunities through that program. We did a lot of community outreach, so we had to put on shows and performances. Sometimes we have these little fairs, these little things in Clearwater, and we had to perform at it. Okay. These little events.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I had to put on stepping shows. I had to put on little dance things. I had to write speeches because the program, they had an after-school program during the school year, and once a kid goes through that program, they graduate from that, so they can just come to the center and do their homework and leave. Okay. So, but when you first go to the center, you got to go through their little after-school program. So, like, because you're in an executive program, now I had to write graduation performances and speeches and things like this all throughout my childhood. While I was focused on school as my only thing, on the side, I always had like these little performance things that were happening. These little things because I had to give back to the community or be a part of the community because of that organization. So I owe a lot of my ambition from, I wanted to stay out of trouble, but then I got so involved in stuff, and performing was something that just happened through that program. But I was a shy guy. You couldn't get me to do nothing. Michael Jones.
Me too. I was MJ, scared. I was always scared.
I'm the scared one. Yeah. I'm super shy. Yeah. Like, to the point where when I was in elementary school, I used to be on cross country at the rec center. That little rec center cross country team. And it's about time for the race, Michael. I done went to the bathroom 13 times. Cause I keep drinking water because I'm so nervous. I gotta go pee all the time. So I end up just always going to the bathroom all the time, because I was so nervous. And I was just shaking. I was just so nervous, and but that program forced me to do so because I was part of the program. So I had to perform on stage, and slowly, I guess that stage fright thing went away. But dance is something that came along slowly, but like I found the most joy out of that. Like I was the kid watching the Michael Jackson stuff all the time. I would go to my cousin's house, 7 years old. We pop in Dreamwalker or Moonwalker,
okay.
all the time.
Yeah.
And watching Smooth Criminal all the time. I mean, we must have burned that VHS. I mean, like we ran through that thing, had on the socks in the kitchen. All we did was moonwalk and eat applesauce all day on Saturday.
And look where you're at now.
And I always wanted. Michael Jackson inspired me so much.
Me too.
On the side, but I was always my attention was around so many things that performing was something that I didn't really put, like, I didn't think I would ever get there because of all the things that I was just so shy. So like expressing myself, I only did it for me. Nobody knew that I would do it. Like I remember I had to write a poem for the program, and all these people heard it. It was like over 100 people that heard this poem I wrote, and because they loved it so much. But I was like 14. I was too afraid to say it though. So I let my friend Jay Young, I let him read it for all these people because I was too scared. I didn't want to do it. It took me a long time to like get to step into the light. But it also took a long time for me to commit to being in the light because I didn't know what that really looked like. I just did it because I just wanted to be a good kid.
Yeah.
And then by the time I was in high school, like I went through, well, I'll have to say first, before I went to high school, there was this African dance company called Dun Dun Dole, Miss J.
Yeah, Miss J. I know
I owe a lot to Miss J.
Yeah.
Miss J.
She's still around.
Yeah, no, they got Arts for Life. I just looked it up. I want to try to go say hey before I leave. Because Miss J, if it not for Dun Dun Dole, that exposed me to African dance and drums and stuff. Because they would come to the Youth Leadership Council every summer and teach African dance to all these black kids that were there. But she has her own dance company. So like, I was learning African dance. I was 12 and 13 trying to, and I was out there sweating my life away. And I was working hard, but the thing is, you know what happened? All the kids picked on me.
They did?
I was stiff. But I was in the front. But I was stiff. So they picked on me. That made me really like shy to do it in front of people even more. But like that dancing really, like I felt it in my heart. Like I knew, like I was like, oh my God, this feel like I'm killing it. I felt so good doing the dance stuff. But because of that moment where all the other little kids that were there with me, I mean, when I say little, I mean, I'm talking, these kids were 15, 14, 13, 12, like kid age. 11, this is kid age. You know, up to 17. You know, the ones that want to pick on you are usually around your age, 14, 13, 12, you know, and I'm out there, they're like, Mike, you stiff. And I'm like, well, you ain't got no rhythm. I'm like, well, guess I can't dance, I guess. I don't know, but I didn't want to express myself. It was like, I guess I'm not really good at that. But I loved it though. So I didn't commit to dancing fully, even though I learned some things. I learned African dance growing up. I learned how to waltz in the 4th grade. Like I had learned some things, but I didn't commit to dance. No one put me in dance classes and stuff except for that moment because that's not what my neighborhood was about. You know, my grandma wasn't going out there and here until we take these classes, son. Like that wasn't happening for me. But I was in school and computers and technology was so important at that time. I had all my focus there. Then I want to get straight A's. I want to, you know, SATs, ACTs, FCAT, all these things. This was stressful. You know, so all my focus was very much in a bunch of things, and I want to get to school. I want to get to college. You know, but then what happened for me, I was about 16 years old, and I dated this girl from Clearwater High. I went to Dunedin. And while I'm in this little after school program, other kids are going from other high schools there in the city. So I went to Dunedin, but you had kids in there from Countryside High, Clearwater High, mostly from Clearwater High because we're in Clearwater. You know, but there's kids that used to go middle school, like Coachman Middle. You know, they would go to Kennedy Middle. They would be going there and everything. But I went to Carwise Middle School over there in Palm Harbor. You know, so that's further away. So like, that's where I started meeting like. At the center, that was my black community. That's my community and stuff. And then at school, that's just, you know, my white friends. And so I started getting exposed to a lot of different things, you know, at the time. And I was 16 and I was dating this girl from Clearwater High. But my best friend at the time, Rodney, he went to the program, that I was in. So we were part of the program, and I met her at like a church thing.
Okay.
And but she was a dancer. But Rodney would put on what's these things? Lip sync competition. Clearwater High used like a lip singing competition.
I remember that.
Yeah, and he would redo Usher's tour videos, Janet Jackson tour videos, Michael Jackson videos with his friends.
Okay.
But he would come, and some of those kids were at the program, and they would be at the program telling me about all their little cool stuff they doing, their little lip singing, they dancing, they learning all this stuff, and I was like, oh, I want to do that, but they don't do that at my school. My school lame. Like, Dunedin didn't have that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I wish they did. They had their own stuff though. We had talent shows and all that, but I didn't really do that kind of stuff then. So I always want to do it, but Rodney saw me dance, and Rodney. So I only showed him because I was so shy. I only showed Rodney my dance moves. And I was 16 and I was like, hey, yo, Rodney, watch me freestyle. And I did a little thing. And he was like, yo, Mike, you kind of good. You should keep doing that. And I was like, for real?
Yeah.
And that was the first time I had got acknowledgement from my friends that I could do something. I had to show them in order to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and that really stayed with me. And then in high school, I got on the dance team my senior year.
Okay.
From freshman, sophomore, junior, I mean, I worked so hard. Perfect attendance.
Yeah.
I did everything in high school. I was trying so hard to like get the best grades possible. So then by senior year, I had a lot of free time. Like I already got all my high school credits.
Yeah.
And so I ended up starting skipping class because I didn't need to.
Yeah.
I needed to go to school, but the thing is, I still went to school, and I went to school pretty much every day. I skipped class, and instead of leaving school, I skipped class and I went to guitar class.
Yeah, guitar class.
I skipped class because I didn't need to be in that class anyway. And I would go to the piano class and just hop on the piano and try to figure stuff out. Start teaching myself how to play guitar, how to play piano by myself. Just exploring. Then I got in the chorus class. I just started getting into those things, the dancing, the singing, the performing, the art, like musicianship, slowly, just in my spare time, kind of, sort of, while in school. And then I needed more community activities. You know, when you try to get into college, they want to say if you had electives, you had extracurriculars. Yeah. Those things are important. So I was like on the multicultural club, did that. And then I was part of FBLA for a second. I did that future for a second though. I didn't like the FBLA that much. But I did it, you know, for a little bit. But then on top of that, I just like, you know what? I started dancing a little bit. Let me see about the dance team. It's my senior year, I got nothing to do. And that was the first time Dunedin had boys on the dance team. And we had to like boycott. Like we had to like force that to happen. It was me and 4 of my other friends that did it. We were all boys. And because we saw a music video. And I was inspired by a music video. Right. But I was always inspired by Michael Jackson music videos. And watching Singing in the Rain, Gene Kelly, and watching Sammy Davis Jr. Like these old videos and stuff, and we were just like, oh, let's start dancing because we saw Omarion's dun 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 touch dun 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 that in that video. Them cats was freestyling, and we was like, okay, we started doing that with our friends. Like, oh, I'm gonna do a little something, and then pass it, and freeze and wait, pass it back, okay, boom, and then that turned into that combined that little, you know, inspiration and moment combined into what I did as a kid and like just working in the community and stuff. I steamrolled into being a little dance crew after I finished high school. A little dance crew, but I started making the music for the dance crew, trying to make the t-shirts and stuff because like I run into people and like other people that want to dance. Right. Because I started doing that on a low level outside of going to school. Because I went to school for business first. In 2006, I graduated from Dunedin High School. Then I went to SPC, St. Petersburg College. But I got a business degree there because I was like, I wasn't gonna do dance and all that stuff because that's not serious stuff at the time. But I had so much fun doing that, and I would leave school and I would leave work and I would go perform with my friends for free. I would just skip. I got so into it, the performing part, that I would just skip my college classes. I already had enough credits. I was there for way too long, and I was like, man, I'm starting to maybe I should get serious more. And I started thinking, maybe I should get serious about this. But there's just people along the way that just reminded me, maybe I should do this. So my senior year, I was about to graduate, and Miss Capel Miss Capel came. She was the teacher over the dance team.
Okay.
She wasn't a dance teacher though.
Yeah.
There wasn't no dance classes at that school.
Okay.
But we had a little dance team. And she saw me dancing. Like, you know, you always need people to just encourage you, motivate you. You never know when you're going to need to remember those things.
Right.
Honestly, we don't like hearing that. As a little kid, I don't like hearing old people. Yeah, you got it going on, boy. Come on. You got that little thing now. Go and do it. And I don't, you know, I'm shy. Like, you know, people seeing me. She was looking through, you know, every classroom has those those safety windows where you can see what's going on in the class, you know. And she was watching me. I had the music on. I was just freestyling in there by my little CD player.
Okay.
Had a little music player, and I was in my own world in a little dance room. And I was freestyling my heart. I mean, like, eyes closed. I mean, like, full-on performances for myself. And she was looking through the mirror, through the little window. Interrupted, opened the door. I didn't know she was there. She just opened the door and was like, "Don't you ever start doing that."
That's all it took.
That right there. Yeah. That started me on my path because I remembered it. It just took me a while to get started.
Yeah.
So now I'm 18, graduate. I go to school for business first at SPC. I get associates in business. But on TV, they got the show So You Think You Can Dance. Yeah. Popular. These people, they got these sob stories, these beautiful stories, or these crazy things that happen, and it, you know, they're on TV, but they're incredible dancers. I'm seeing people kick their face, kick their legs, and you know, flip and do all these tricks, and I'm like, I can dance now. People giving me a lot of compliments, like, and stuff, but it's only for me. I believe in myself, but there's things that I don't know. Right. Technical things, like, so I'm from a family. My grandma said, "You want to go to school, get a degree. Go to college, get a degree." That was it. So I decided to go to school for dance, and I ended up going to USF, and in part of their dance program. And so there was another hurdle to get over, but I know I needed to learn. There's skills that I didn't have that I wanted to have because my dreams were to be like Michael Jackson. Yeah. Or bigger, or on that level. I want to be in that industry, and that particular thing was that was so important for me to experience and to go to school for. I had to really commit to it. I had to put time, money, like my own money. I was in school and working overnight. I'm in school taking ballet. I never took ballet in my life, and I had to learn that. I went to school to learn it though. I didn't have to go to school because you can learn all this. You can go to dance studios and stuff, but having a degree in it says something different. You know, investing on a collegiate level that much time and energy into something says something on a different level when you go from a business perspective. Right. But I learned that because of my background, that I knew that if I want to operate in today's world, on a like. You need to be business savvy, but understand. Say that again. You need to be who? Business savvy. All day. Business savvy. That's the only way you're gonna make it. And you know, people say things like "know your worth." I don't really like that word because that makes me that word makes you for me. It can make it sounds arrogant. It sounds like, oh, I know I got it going on. Know your worth. I'm worth more. No. For me, it's like I want to learn stuff so that the more I learn, the more I can give out. There you go. And like having the degree proves that like I know something. That's really what those things are. But I knew that I was going to that school for my skills though. Right. Because you don't have to go to university. You can go anywhere, get certificates or anything. Take classes. A certificate is a certificate. You know. So I went and got a degree. I didn't have to, but I went and got that. But I was exposed to so much as a performer. And it also helped me, like, if not for investing that time and effort and money into that program, I wouldn't be able to sit here and talk so eloquently about my experiences because it allowed to open my mind and look at the world through different ways and the visions of looking at things. I had a chance to explore and expose me, especially as an artist, to other people. And it put me also in an incubator as well, because I'm in this place where like all I'm doing is just absorbing, learning for this degree, but that's all it's there for. So I can just treat it a place for me to learn and create. So over a short period of time, I worked super hard.
All like this.
I was like
all
this
like this.
all the time. 5 years
staying on the path,
grinding,
doing what he can, grinding.
Yeah.
Now you are in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and if you think about it, I also spent 3 years in community college before I went to university.
Wow.
So that's 8 years. That in that amount of time, most people, I should be in a pro. I could be a doctor or doing clinicals with that much educational and time investment. That 8 years is a lot of time to be in school for anything.
Yeah, it
to be
is.
Studying for anything.
Yeah, that's doctor right there.
Yeah, but I was in school for a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
It took me forever to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. Like I took the aptitude test maybe about 24 times, 25 times in school. Like the career test, I had done it in high school. You could take the career test, and it, you know, it tells you what careers fit your personality and things you like. I took that thing so many times because I never knew what I wanted, what I wanted to do, because everyone told me growing up, what you want to be when you grow up, what you want to do, blah, blah, blah. But the best thing was that just go and do things that I love to do.
That's it. That's
so
the
eventually,
key. That's the key.
Do things you want to do.
Do things you love to do.
Yeah.
And it don't feel like work.
It don't feel like work.
You're having fun doing what you love to do and you're getting paid doing it.
And there can be times where it can be work.
Yeah.
You know, but that's okay too.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there must be a balance. How can you if you love to do something, even when it's work and stressful, when you're done, I leave with a smile on my face.
That's awesome.
And like doing my show, I have a very dangerous job, and it's very stressful.
Yeah.
To be in this show, The Awakening, and I love it. And sometimes it could be work.
Okay.
But that's okay because work is good to work.
Yep.
You know.
Keep you out of trouble. And you're doing
I don't want to feel.
things and
I don't want to feel aloof.
Yeah.
Because when you feel aloof and lethargic, and when you feel like you are, you know, not doing anything, a lot of bad things happen that way. That's how you get into bad
stuff you don't want to do. And
staying busy, staying active. If you love to do something, then you need to always do it.
Yes,
do it always, and just stay with it. And the hard thing, I was actually telling my nephew about it a little bit. You know, the money part.
Yeah.
The money part is hard. It's hard. I mean,
it's not easy at all.
The hard part is money. Yep. But you can find a way to do it, and you can invest your money. You got to invest money into it. Things that you want to do. It takes. Say
it again, because it takes money.
It takes money.
Make money.
Yeah. But you always get what you put out. What you put out, you get back. You reap what you reap what you sow. As long as you're stepping in faith in the right direction, what you want to do with your career in your life, you should just do it. And there's so many times where I didn't care about the money when it was something that I know I needed to do. And it was like, okay, I guess I gotta spend money on it. It's a lot. I gotta find a way to make or I would take I spent so much money going to classes or taking intensives. Yeah. I was dancing all year, you know, all the time. And
it paid off.
It paid off. And you know, now I'm a full-fledged professional creative. You know?
That's awesome. Before we go, who is the narrator for the show?
Oh, yeah.
You told me, who's the narrator for the show in Vegas?
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, that's big right there.
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
You're part of a huge, big team.
Yeah. I'm a part of something that has a lot of lineage and prestige and in the entertainment world, the arts, not the entertainment but the arts, because it's more than entertainment. It's artistic. There's something more to it, because our message, art is the message, is what you are expressing to someone and why you express. That's the art part.
Gotcha.
It's not just doing entertainment for entertainment. No one's just up there doing this.
Gotcha.
We're storytellers.
Yeah.
Whether you're doing it vocally, or you're just an actor, whether you're a dancer. Artists to express. Yeah. They tell you where words fail. When your words fail, you sing. Right? But sometimes you got something to say. You can rap it. You express it. You sing it. You rap it. You got something to say. It comes from here. Right?
I'm saying that.
And then when you can't, when the words no longer, when they fail you, when words fail you, and you can't, and then singing fails you, your voice fails you, what happens? You dance.
Yeah.
And that's how that's what art is. Like art is our living, breathing organism, and how we express ourselves. And our show is a huge story, and it's something that like anybody, man, you're gonna get something out of it. I love being a storyteller.
When we're gonna go see it, and I appreciate you taking the time to come here and just share your story.
Dedicate.
Take like 1 minute, look in that camera straight there, and tell somebody like, there's a lot of dancers right now that are dancing their hearts out, and just say something that will inspire them to keep going, so they can keep reaching their dreams. What can you tell them?
Well, you should be. Well, one thing for sure is to remember that what you're trying to do. If you want to be a dancer, there's two parts. There's the business professional dancer, the art, that particular part of artistry, and there's the part that you do it for yourself. You should be dancing every day. Because of that, you need to be dancing every day. And I don't mean dancing, learning techniques. I mean, I'm talking about dancing for yourself. Never lose. What I mean by that is I dance and I move and I create because I love it first.
Okay.
You know, it's just that in our world, in our society, I can do it for a living. I can create, I can be an artist for a living. It's truly possible. They tell you it's not. Even my own grandma said that before. Oh, you want to be an artist, you want to be a dancer, or you want to be unemployed? That's the first thing, unemployment, first thing that comes in your mind. And it's true, because unemployment is out there. But you dance every day, you gotta and love it so much that you can do it all the time. That it's your therapy as well. It's not just you do it because you're trying to be famous. You're not doing it just because you want to see your name in lights. Those things are important, but your name may not ever make it to the lights, and you could be a professional. Your name, you may not ever be famous and do it, but you could be doing it for the rest of your life and make a living. No one may not ever know who you are, but if you know who you are and you love what you do, you're able to express that love, and you do it every day. You're gonna reach the people that you need to reach. Like that, no matter what. When you're down on yourself and you don't believe in yourself no more, dance it out every day. Do a little bit freestyle. I don't mean do technique, freestyle. Like just put on the music, close your eyes, and just start going for yourself. Cause that's the one thing for me that's like always has kept me afloat. And that's the one thing, but that's the one thing I got as a child though. That feeling, that came from just doing it for fun. And so I have to remember that even though I do it professionally, because my job is important, it matters. If my body isn't healthy, I gotta take care of my body. I have to think about everything I put into my body all the time. And I've been doing this for years. My diet, even the amount of water I take in, all these things, everything I eat, like the time I go to bed, how much time I'm working out. When you're a dancer, you're an athlete. Yeah. So you gotta be on a regimen. It's not something. So as long as you can dance every day, stay healthy, you'll be great. Stretch every day. That's another one. Stretch. Yeah. You need to be flexible, limber, yoga. Yeah. These things will help you. These practices are because they're meant to. You want to be a mover. You're a mover. It's not like you're sitting down every day and on a computer. You might be on a computer 8 hours a day. You know, that's how our life is now. But you got to get up and move. One thing, and that's gonna leave. It's gonna help you. You'll be dancing for the rest of your life. Dance is like any other thing. It's a skill, but as long as you love it, you can do it for the rest of your life. Like think about a guitar player. If a guitarist wanted, they could play for the rest of their life. They could teach for the rest of their life. You always got a job. If you really want it, you can play in a band. If you know how to perform and do things, you can do things. Always. It's just like any other skill. Like, you know, someone that is a architect, they had to go to school for it, but you love it. Or if you're something like a barber, or someone that's going and, you know, because you go to trade school or, you know, get certificates. But if you love what you do, you're going to stick with you for the rest of your life.
That's awesome.
You know?
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate Mr. Michael Jones for stopping by again, sharing his story, and keep up the good work. When we go to Vegas,
gotta come see me.
We gotta come see you. All right,
come see me. So you know, put on a good show for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you'll be able to recognize me.
Oh,
Boo.
I will. Okay.
I play Boo. You better. I got these glasses on. Easy to pick out.
Okay.
Yeah. Even the narrator says my name.
Oh, all right. That's awesome, man. Good vibe on that.
Yeah, you know, sir. Anthony always says my name. Listen, I can talk for days.
Yeah, that's good.
For days,
Next time you come, we're gonna do some dancing here.
Yeah.
Some dance.
Yeah,
some
for
lights
sure.
up and all. Boy,